Hello, Lead STEM Academy parents and guardians. Welcome to the December cast off with the counselors. This is our final cast off for the 2024 year. Um, my name is Todd Sear. I am the seventh grade counselor. I'm part of the Lead STEM Academy Student Support Services Department. And if this is your first cast off, well, welcome. And this is our monthly venue for sharing important information with you. We record it, we have it sent out to you. You can watch it at your leisure. All right. So, what are we talking about this month? I'm going to start by discussing semester two because we are very close to, well, we're close to the end of semester one. Um, and so you want to start getting ready for semester two. So we have some suggestions for you to get ready for semester two with your kiddos. Um, the next topic I'm going to discuss is grade reports and how you can see your children's grades. Following that, I'll talk about magnet applications because it is magnet application season. Um, After that, I'll talk a little bit about our spring sports here at Lead. Following that, I'll show you a handy little section of our school website that will take you to a calendar that tells you everything that's going on at our school. I'm going to demonstrate that for you. And we always finish up with dates to remember. It's a little bit of a shorter presentation this month, and there will be no follow-up Q&A. But let's get into it. So we start with talking about semester one, ending semester one and getting ready for semester two. So I'm recording this on Monday, December 9th. 2 Fridays from now, Friday, December 20th, will be the end of semester one and the start of winter break. So let's talk about getting ready for semester two. So semester two starts on January 6th, 2025. That is the first day back after winter break. And it's a big day. It's the start of quarter three. It's the start of semester two. Okay, those two go together. Now, we have some suggestions in the Student Support Services Department to get you and your children ready for quarter three. And we start by looking at schedules. So there might be a change in your child's schedule for quarter three. I'm going to go into greater detail about possible schedule changes on the next slide. But for now, okay, just make sure that you look at your children's schedules over the winter break. Make sure that they're aware of any changes that may be coming. Make sure you're aware of any changes that may be coming. Okay. Next suggestion: make sure they're reading and or practicing over winter break. I know I struggle with my own kids and getting them to read, especially during breaks. That's the last thing they want to do. Okay. But maybe there's some kind of material out there that they would be interested in. There's all kinds of movies on cable and streaming services and, rental right now, and they're based on books. You know, maybe your child would be interested in the novel or book series that movie is based on. That's a great way to get their interest. Um, and then as far as practicing, you know, winter break is a great time to practice those math facts. I hear from teachers all the time, the kids don't know their math facts. Yes, I'm talking about seventh and eighth graders too, you know. So have them practice their math facts over winter break. It's an easy, yeah, it's a relatively easy activity that can take place anywhere. You can do it at home, you can do it on the computer, you can do it in the car on the way to grandma's house. Okay. Third suggestion we have, taking a look at study habits. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is if your child, if your children earned great grades in their classes, celebrate that first of all, okay? And have them really analyze what did they do in that class or those classes to earn those fantastic grades, okay? What study habits did they practice that led to those excellent grades? And whatever those habits are, keep them. Keep them. Okay, keep doing them for the rest of their time. Honestly, not just semester two at Lead, but for the rest of their time they're in school. All right. So whatever worked, keep doing it. As long as it wasn't cheating that earned them a great grade, make sure they keep doing that, right? And have these conversations. And then, secondly, on the flip side, if your children did not get such great grades in a class, analyze that with them. Okay. What did they do that didn't work? All right. So, for instance, they didn't prepare for their assessments. They didn't take advantage of their teachers' makeup and reteach nav times. Okay. They didn't do their best because they knew a retest was coming. So they said, well, why bother doing great the first time? Okay. These are all habits that can be detrimental to their grades. So have them take a look at what didn't work for them this semester, if that's the case, and help them change it. Okay. Um, so you didn't take advantage of your teacher's reteach nav times. For third quarter, I want you to start going. Okay. Look at the teacher's Canvas page to see when those uh, reteach nav times are. Have them email the teacher, whatever the case may be. But whatever didn't work, change it, because this will benefit them not just for semester two at LEAD, but for the rest of their time in school, especially when they get to high school. Okay, they want to have those good study habits in place by the time they get to high school. Now, on a related topic, this may be the first time that your students have ever had to really study. What I mean by that is, up to this point, it is possible that they have breezed through. It came naturally to them. They always did well without a whole lot of effort because they're just that good, right? However, they may have encountered a class this year, Algebra 1, for instance, that really challenged them, okay? So this may be the first time in their lives that they actually had to study. And a lot of them don't know what that means. They don't know how to study. So winter break is a great time to take a look at that and practice some different study habits. Okay. So maybe they're just going to sit down and study their notes until their eyes bug out. For some students, that works great. And they retain what they read and they're good to go in the assessments. Maybe they need to have it read to them. Okay. So that can involve you or other family members. Okay. And when they hear it, it sticks with them longer. Excuse me, and then they're ready for the assessment. Maybe they need to read it or teach it to somebody else. And that's the best way for them to prepare for the assessment. Maybe they should teach you what they learned in geometry to get them ready for the test. Okay? Um, but what I'm saying is, this might be the first time in their lives that they've ever had to do that. And they may need a little help with that. Okay? Now we can certainly be a factor there. Okay, we can work with your children to help them figure out what's the best way for them to study, but at least have them think about studying and what is the best way for them to study. Again, this might be brand new for them and it might feel weird, but it is very helpful. Okay, and finally, we want your children to set goals for semester two. I mean, they most likely have them, so just articulate what are your goals for semester two. All right, now let's talk specifically about schedule changes. So this applies mostly to our sixth and eighth graders. So current sixth graders, if your child is in PE 6 this semester, that means next semester they will be moving to Exploring World Languages. It's basically our beginning Spanish class. It is not related to high school. It does not carry a high school credit. It's a very, very rudimentary beginning Spanish class. However, if your sixth grader is in the Exploring World Languages this semester, that means next semester, starting in January, they're going into PE 6. Okay? Now, current sixth graders that are in the beginning guitar class, next semester they're moving on to beginning art. Okay? Those two classes go together for the year. Now, if they're in beginning art this semester, that means next semester they're going to beginning guitar. And that's how it works in the sixth grade. Okay? Eighth graders. If your current eighth grader had PE, let's say first quarter, and they're currently in health for quarter two, that means for semester two, they're going to take the computer science and applications class. That is a high school credit course. Okay, I'll talk about that more in a sec. If they're currently in the computer science and applications class, that means next semester they're going to have a quarter of PE 8 and a quarter of health, or health first and then PE, doesn't matter, But they have a quarter of the PE class and a quarter of the health class. All right. And they have a semester of the computer science and applications class. Now, as I said, that's high school credit course. It is offered to eighth graders across the district. Okay. If your child does not pass that course here at Lead, they must pass it in high school in order to graduate. Okay. So it's a very important class. So anyway, those are the possible schedule changes. There might be other schedule changes. Make sure, as I said earlier, make sure you sit down with your children and take a look at their schedule. And if you have questions, you can email us. If it's over winter break, I can't promise that we're going to get back to you because we're on break too. Okay? All right, next topic is grade reports. I recall as a child coming home with my report card in my backpack. And when I got home, my parents said, "All right, Todd, let's have that report card." All right, those days are over, at least in CCSD. Okay, we rely on Infinite Campus for grades. All right, so CCSD does not print report cards or grade reports. Teachers can choose to print grade reports individually, but it's not required by the district and it's not required by our administrators. Okay, so if that's not the case, how can you see your children's grades? Well, obviously, Infinite Campus. Okay, so you go to your parent portal, you go off to the left and you click on the grades link. Okay, and that'll take you to their grades. And then if you want to see both quarters, you click on all terms. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. So, this is my parent portal. We're going to look at my daughter's grades. Okay, she is a current eighth grader. So here's her profile page. I'm going to go to Rhea's grades link. And here we are. Okay, so now by default, it usually just comes up on whatever quarter you're in. So quarter 2, right? So these are Rhea's grades for quarter 2. Now I want to point something out. Okay, as a counselor and as a parent, I'm not interested in the progress grade anymore. Okay, progress grades went out a couple weeks ago. They are a thing of the past. Okay, the most important grade right now, well, there's really 2. The quarter grade and the semester grade. Now you'll notice it says in progress. That's because the quarter hasn't ended yet. Okay. Once a quarter ends, that in progress will go away. Now, when I have conversations with students about their grades, I point out 2 things. I say you currently have a 93 for the quarter. If the semester ended today, you would have a 93. Okay, 93.4. So a little higher than the quarter grade. That's really important because in some cases, the quarter grade is higher than the semester grade. So I might tell a student, okay, your current grade for the quarter is a C, but if the semester ended today, you would have a D. Okay, those are really important conversations to have so that the kids understand, yes, this might be good, but because of first quarter, this may not be so good. And the way to tell for sure is to go to all terms. So here we are on all terms. Okay, there we got Rhea's progress grade for quarter 1. Again, I don't care about the progress grade. This was her quarter 1 grade, her final grade for quarter 1, and this is her current grade for quarter 2. Now, when the semester ends on the 20th, this will be finalized. This will no longer say in progress. Okay. And then I'll see an exam grade here because Rhea does not go to Leedston Academy. And then I'll see a finalized semester grade for Rhea. Your child at Leedston Academy might have a grade here for semester exam. Actually, they will because it's STEM Tank. Okay. But if your child is currently enrolled in Algebra 1 or Computer Science and Applications or Honors Geometry, they will be taking a semester exam. So you see the grade there. Okay. So that's the grade section of Infinite Campus. Again, no more grade report printed up, sent home, no more report card. Okay. Next topic is magnet applications. It is magnet application season. So basically, I'm speaking to our current 8th grade parents and those of you who have 5th graders that you'd like to attend LEAD next year. Okay, I am not speaking to our current 6th and 7th grade parents because you do not need to reapply for your child to attend LEAD next year. So here's the deets. All right, again, 6th and 7th grade students do not need to reapply to stay at Lead. Once we have them, they are ours. I believe I've said this prior to this presentation, but it's important, so I'm going to reiterate it. Once a child is enrolled at Lead, they are enrolled at Lead until one of two things happens. They move on to high school or parent withdraws them. Okay? All right. So for the rest of you, magnet applications are due on the 14th of January, 2025. Okay. So if they want to go to a magnet high school, let's say Northeast Career Technical Academy, they got to get that application in before the 14th. Okay. And if you have questions about magnet applications, feel free to contact us. Okay. Spring sports are coming up. One of them has already started. So let's talk about it. 3 sports are offered in the spring at Lead STEM Academy. They are soccer, basketball, and softball. My understanding is the basketball team is already formed. My understanding is we don't know who's coaching soccer. And I will say this about softball. Softball is a special case. Softball is not sanctioned or recognized by the school district. So there will be a softball team here at Lead in the spring. However, it won't be associated with Lead and it won't be associated with CCSD. Okay. Mrs. Murray, our amazing 8th grade counselor, she will be one of the coaches. And she and the other coach, Mr. Taylor, they're going to have to raise money on their own for the team or pay out of pocket. Their uniforms cannot say Lead. They cannot say Navigators. They cannot say CCSD. There will be a team, I'm telling you, but it won't be a Lead team. So there will be an opportunity for the girls to play softball here with Coach Murray and Coach Taylor. Now, our sports usually start out with intramural games. It's usually about a week of intramurals, and then they hold their tryouts. As I said, I believe the basketball team is already formed. I've spoken to some students that are already on the basketball teams. Okay. If you want more information about sports, I've told you pretty much what's available. But if you need more information, you go to our website and you click on athletics. I believe it's under the student tab. Okay. All right. Yes, time to look at the Lead calendar. So there is a section of our website that is super handy that I would like to introduce you to if you're not aware of it. It's a calendar, and it has all of our important events for the school year. So how do you get there? You go to leadstemacademy.tech. You navigate down the page to the upcoming events section, and you click on Show Calendar. Okay? It's much easier to understand when you see it. So follow me to the Lead STEM Academy website. Here we are, right? Now, I navigate down. Here's the upcoming events section that I was telling you about. If I go down here and I click on Show Calendar, here's the calendar. Okay, so these are all the events that are going on at Lead. Today is the 9th. Okay, so tonight is our band concert. Okay, I'll talk about that momentarily. All right, but here's where you can see all the events that are going on. Okay, and I'll talk about some of those on the next slide. But here they are on the calendar. So if you have questions about when is such and such, you might be able to find the answer right here on the calendar. Okay, right. All right, time to wrap this thing up with our dates to remember. So today is Monday, the 9th of December. I don't know when you're viewing this, and if these events have already occurred, I apologize. I don't have any control over when this goes out to parents. I try to get it out as soon as possible, but administrators are the ones that make that decision. Okay. Tonight's the band concert for the winter, the band winter concert. It is a free event. It is 6 to 8 in the gym, and Mr. Truitt is the band teacher. I happened to be on campus last Thursday for the when the choir concert happened. I went to the theater performance, but the choir crowd was huge. So there's a lot of people attending these events. That's so awesome. I know the kids love that. Tomorrow, the 10th, is the orchestra winter concert. Again, 6 to 8, free event happening in the gym. Now, Mrs. Truitt is Mr. Truitt's wife. She's our orchestra concert, our orchestra teacher. So this week is their showcase for their classes. Like I said, last week was choir. And I know the guitar presentation, the guitar concert has already happened. This Wednesday, the 11th, is the big deal here at Lead. It's our Winterfest. Okay, that's our celebration of all things winter and Christmas and holiday. It is a free event, um, but it's free to get in, right? It's free to attend. The individual events cost tickets, and the tickets are on sale right now during students' lunches. Okay, so come on out on Wednesday. I had a slide dedicated to Winterfest in the last November cast off, but let me reiterate. There's games, there's food, there's music, there's all kinds of fun activities for kids of all ages. It's a lot of fun. Okay, it's a really big deal. It happens every year, and we'd love for you to be here from 5 to 8 on Wednesday the 11th. Now, fast forward to next week. Next Tuesday and Wednesday is STEM Tank, and I did have a slide dedicated specifically to STEM Tank in the last cast off, but I will review very quickly. Next Tuesday, the 17th, the campus will be open from 1:30 to 3 in the afternoon for you to come check out the STEM Tank projects. Wednesday, the 18th, campus will be open from 8:15 to 9:45 a.m. for you to come check out STEM Tank projects. Again, that's our semester-long science fair, and you really need to get here to see what your kids have been working on all semester. Okay, and then finally, winter break runs from December 23rd, that's a Monday, to the 3rd of January 2025, which is a Friday. Now, the last day before winter break is 2 Fridays from today, December 20th, but the official start of winter break is on Monday the 23rd. Okay, and then of course we come back on Monday, January 6th. All right. We are the Student Support Services Department, and that is comprised of myself. I'm the 7th grade counselor. Mrs. Murray is our 8th grade counselor. Miss Cloud is our phenomenal 6th grade counselor. Miss Immerman is our attendance intervention counselor. She works up here with us. She is amazing, has lots of years of experience, and I've been singing Dr. Hernandez's praises since she started with us in the fall. She is absolutely 100% terrific. We're so lucky to have her. She's our school social worker. Best way to get a hold of us is email, and there's our email addresses. And of course, your children are our priority. All right, thank you so much for watching this Cast Off with the Counselors. Hope your holiday season is joyous and cheery and relaxing. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We will talk to you in 2025. Take care.